has been lodged in the tragic death of a techie in Noida Sector 150. The techie died after his car plunged into a water-filled pit early on Saturday. The deceased has been identified as 27-year-old Yuvraj Mehta, who was working for a Gurugram-based private company. He was returning home when his car fell into a water-filled ditch amid dense fog. The incident happened around 12:30 a.m. when the visibility was poor due to fog and there were no barricading or reflectors or signboards at the site of the pit, as alleged by the family members. The FIR has been lodged against 2 real estate developers for culpable homicide not amounting to murder and causing death by negligence. The FIR was registered based on a complaint given by Yuvraj's father, who alleged serious lapses on part of landowner and builder. Let's listen into what the cops had to say.
इस घटना में सूचना मिलते ही स्थानीय पुलिस द्वारा फायर ब्रिगेड को जोड़कर तत्परता से उसको बचाने के लिए सारे उपक्रम सुनिश्चित किए गए हैं। इसके लिए जो लेडर है, फायर ब्रिगेड की लेडर, फायर ब्रिगेड की क्रेन, साथ ही साथ सर्च लाइट्स और मेकशिफ्ट बोट का उपयोग करते हुए उसको बचाने का प्रयास किए गए और फाइनल रेस्क्यू एसडीआरएफ को जोड़कर सुनिश्चित किया गया है। उस समय जीरो विजिबिलिटी थी। इस घटना के संबंध में जो पीड़ित हैं उनकी तरफ से, उनके परिवार की तरफ से दी गई तहरीर के आधार पर सुसंगत धाराओं में थाना नॉलेज पार्क में अभियोग पंजीकृत किया गया है। हादसे की जांच की जा रही है और जो भी इसमें दोषी पाया जाएगा उसके विरुद्ध कठोरतम कार्रवाई सुनिश्चित की जाएगी।
We have some breaking inputs coming in. The death of Noida techie. We've accessed Yuvraj's autopsy report. Cause of the death has been mentioned as asphyxia, followed by cardiac arrest. Autopsy report says water was found in the organs. Let's go across to Kritika. We also have Pratibha on plasma on details about the report that we've accessed. Let's first bring in Kritika. Breaking inputs coming. Kritika, we have accessed details and cause of death is asphyxia.
Well, yes, asphyxia due to antemortem drowning. What that means is he was still alive as his lungs were being filled with water. The post-mortem report clearly shows that both of his lungs were filled with water. In fact, his heart, both chambers of his heart, was also then subsequently filled with clotted blood. 200 ml water also present in the stomach. So all organs affected, and the drowning happened as he was alive. This is something that the post-mortem report has now confirmed. It was first due to asphyxia related drowning and then cardiac arrest, as we were already telling our viewers that both chambers of his heart was also filled with clotted blood. So definitely this also follows, remember, as per the eyewitness, as per Mr. Mehta, the father also, he said that continuously he was screaming out, his flashlight was on and trying to make the authorities aware of his location as well in that pit, but there was a delay in the authorities reaching the young man, and that is why he drowned even as he was still calling out for help, after which the delivery person had jumped into the water as well. And later only, when the NDRF arrived, as per the parents, is when any attempt at rescue could be made. So for about 1 to 2 hours, he was on top of that car, crying out for help, asking the authorities and his father to save him, who were again trying to put on pressure. But we saw that how due to this lapse, this young life was lost. In fact, drowning while being alive is now something that is confirmed through the post-mortem report as well, followed by cardiac arrest.
Stay on with us. Let's in fact go across to Pratibha. She is joining us with details of the report. Yes, Pratibha.
So, Swati, this is the post-mortem report amid some very chilling details of the techie's death, where the family members, the father has revealed how he received a call from his son, and for about 90 minutes, even after the rescue personnel had reached the spot, they couldn't manage to rescue the 27-year-old. Now, the post-mortem report has also confirmed the worst fears of the family members, what they had been saying as well, and here is what it confirms. Asphyxia due to antemortem drowning, which is drowning which takes place even as a person is alive, followed by cardiac arrest. So, adding to the details that are available currently as well, that he was stuck in the car. The rescue personnel were there very close to the spot, but unfortunately they couldn't save him on time and he died of drowning.
All right, Pratibha, thank you for getting us the details. Let me go back to Kritika. Right from the word go, lapses, negligence and apathy is what led to the death of the techie.
Well, yes, we tried to get in a word from the Noida authority officials as well, and what they're saying currently is that an investigation is underway. They're referring, we have also informed them of the prior letters that had been written by the residents as well, as far as that specific bend at Sector 150 is also concerned. On the 31st of December, we have reports of how, in fact, we have visuals of how a truck had also rammed into that very low height boundary wall, due to which the driver had to be rescued. He fortunately we were able to rescue him, in fact, fortunately alive, but that was not the case for Yuvraj Mehta, who lost his life even as the visibility dropped. There were no adequate number of fog cutters available. Reflectors were not present. The boundaries, the cemented high-walled boundaries, also only now being set up. So definitely multiple lapses on part of the civil engineer, the lighting department, the traffic police, SDRF, and SDRF is also concerned over here. The fire department as well, as far as the rescue mechanism is concerned. But this is obviously looking at, this obviously seems as a situation which could have been prevented much in advance had any of these departments woken up and taken a judicious decision much ahead in time. Over to you.
Right. Kritika, stay on with us. We also confronted Satish Pal, the Additional Chief Executive Officer of Noida Authority, demanding accountability for the tragic death of 27-year-old techie Yuvraj Mehta. Take a look.
जी, जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि एक वहाँ के जेई को सेवा मुक्त कर दिया गया है और इसके अलावा सीओ सर ने संबंधित वहाँ के जो अधिकारी कर्मचारी उनका स्पष्टीकरण भी मांगा है। उसके पश्चात जो है अग्रिम कार्रवाई जांच उपरांत करेंगे।
बिल्डर की बात की जाए तो उसको लेकर क्या कार्रवाई की जा रही है, और जिस तरीके से ये बात भी सामने आई कि उसका कुछ बकाया भी अथॉरिटी में था?
हाँ, बकाया के लिए हम लोगों ने नोटिस जारी किए हुए हैं और जैसा आप जानते हैं कि इसमें एक बड़ी जांच चल रही है, स्पोर्ट सिटी है, इसलिए तो नोटिस भी दिए गए और उनसे वसूली की पूरी कार्रवाई कर रहे हैं। तो इस बीच में कुछ लोग और उच्चतम न्यायालय भी गए हुए हैं, तो पूरी जांच और न्यायालय की कार्रवाई के क्रम में हम लोग आगे बढ़ रहे थे वहां पर।
We also spoke to the eyewitness Muninder, who in fact entered the water-filled drain to save Yuvraj. He says Yuvraj could have been saved by the officials had they made adequate efforts.
सारे सुविधा होने के कारण वो लड़का डुबा दिया सिस्टम ने।
आप जब यहाँ आए तो आपने क्या देखा?
यहाँ पे मैंने देखा था कि लड़का मुझसे 10 मिनट पहले डूब चुका था और यहाँ पे सीढ़ियां गिर कर फायर ब्रिगेड वाले पानी में उतरने की कोशिश कर रहे थे। बोल रहे थे कि इसमें सरिया है, ठंडा पानी है, डूब गया है वगैरह। तो मैंने बोला क्या मैं जा सकता हूँ अंदर? बोले आप कैसे जा सकते हो? मैं कहा जी मुझ पे तैरना आता, मैं जा सकता हूँ। अपनी जिम्मेदारी पे जा सकते हो? मैं कहा जी जा सकता हूँ। तो जाइए। तो मैंने कमर से रस्सा बांधा और मैं सीधा भाग गया। पुलिस वालों को मैं जानता हूँ, उनमें कुछ लोग पुलिस वाले जो 50+ एज थी उनकी, ठीक है जी, वो नहीं जा सकते, ना उनके पास सेफ्टी वगैरह थी, कुछ भी सेफ्टी जैकेट। उन्होंने जब देखा कि हम नहीं बचा पाएंगे, जब लड़का ज्यादा भीतर है, पुलिस ने फिर फायर ब्रिगेड को कॉल की कि जल्दी जल्दी घटनास्थल पर आइए। 20 से 25 मिनट बाद ही फायर ब्रिगेड आ गई थी। लड़का जब भी जीवित था। फायर ब्रिगेड की टीम कहना का ये था कि बोल रहे हैं कि उन पे तैरना ही नहीं आता किसी पे। वो किस लिए भर्ती हुए थे? फिर सेफ्टी जैकेट भी थी, ठीक है जी, 3x6 की नाप भी थी उनके पास, फायर ब्रिगेड वालों के पास, 100 मीटर का रस्सा भी था। सारी चीजें अगर चाहते तो वो बचा सकते थे 100%, लेकिन उन्होंने वो लड़का नहीं बचाया। सेम केस 15 दिन पहले हुआ था। सेम केस जब नोएडा अथॉरिटी, नोएडा प्राधिकरण ने किसी ने कोई ध्यान नहीं दिया। समय रहते जिस टाइम ये रोड कंप्लीट होता, अगर यहाँ पे फुटपाथ डिवाइडर वगैरह बनवाई दी जाती तो कल वो युवराज नहीं जाता।
क्या इस बात का डर है आपको कि जो इसके जो बिल्डर है उसकी बात को लेकर आप बता रहे थे?
जी 100% डर है। जो हजारों करोड़ का मालिक है, मैं एक मिडिल क्लास बंदा हूँ, क्या नहीं हो सकता? सबूत छुपाने के लिए क्या नहीं होता? गाड़ियां तक पलट जाती हैं।
Kritika, the eyewitness says there was everything. Officials were present, they had the equipments, but no willpower.
Absolutely. As per the eyewitness, the delivery worker Muninder, he's pointing out that the fire ambulance people, they also had a boat on them. They had security vests, and by virtue of them being fire ambulance and in fact fire services workers, they were supposed to be the first ones who could in fact dive in and go and save Yuvraj, but there was a lack of willpower. He's also said that they were also, apprehensive over whether or not it will be a successful operation in time. But was that really the time to be making those calculations, or was that in fact the time to make some attempts, is a big question that we on Times Now are also asking authorities around us, because remember, the parent also, the father, he had also spoken to Times Now, and he had said had he known how to swim, he would have been able to jump in and at least attempt to fetch Yuvraj and to save him. Again, 40 feet is what we are hearing is the depth of the under construction basement, which was completely inundated with rainwater. Also, drain water as well was being directed towards it. Where were the lapses? Where were, in fact, the measures that could have prevented such a lapse, such a big security risk? The eyewitness is also pointing out towards how about 15 days ago also there was a similar incident, but there was yet no action from the Noida authorities. Only after there has been heat on the officials post Yuvraj's death is when we've seen the cemented boundary walls being fetched and in fact installed in that area in order to guard others who will still be commuting via that route. But what about action that could have been taken place 15 days ago and even ahead of that? See, fog season had set in much in advance as well. Where were the preparations? Where were the ground reports from the traffic police department as well?
Kritika, stay on with us. We also have a ground report filed by our colleague Dave from the place where the accident happened.
This is the ill-fated pit inside which his car fell. You can really see that the boundary wall has also been broken. And if I can also very quickly point out to the route and ask my camera person to show that that is the road he came driving from. And because of the thick and dense fog, his car, instead of taking a right turn, drove straight into this pit that has been dug up. It is nearly 40 to 45 feet deep, and this had been created also 10 days, about 15 days ago. A similar incident happened wherein a truck fell inside this very pit and the truck driver had to be rescued. Thankfully, nothing happened to him, but that was not the case with Yuvraj, who was literally 1.5 minutes away from his home. His home is literally down this road.
Kritika continues to be with us. The eyewitness, Kritika, he volunteered to help and then he was asked, "Kya aap apne risk pe jayenge?" He said, "Main apne risk pe jaunga." And they allowed him to go ahead in an attempt to rescue Yuvraj. Of course, by then Yuvraj had lost his life. But it goes on to show that the officials were just present there, no one ready to go inside the drain to, even make an effort to even attempt to save his life. And he says, system ne usko maar diya. The eyewitness couldn't be more correct, couldn't be more right than that.
Well, absolutely, yes, there was a visibility issue. This was past midnight. The entire incident was unfolding from between 12 to, in fact, 2 a.m. The rescue even happened even much later as well. So yes, there was an issue with visibility. There was an issue with the threat of life to the rescue workers as well. But this is wherein the bigger question comes in. Why was such a situation created in the first place? If the officials are not going to be cognizant of the fact that at such a critical juncture at this route where already similar accidents have happened before, there are no security measures, then there is in fact again no justifiable answer to defend the stance of not sending in rescue workers earlier. Remember, he was calling out to his parents, his torch was on, he was screaming out to his father was replying to him. This is what Muninder has also said, that he could hear that conversation, he could hear his cries of help continuously. 1 to 2 hours is what he's saying, 90 minutes is what the authorities are also telling us. So in that hour, a lot could have been possible if there would have been will and in fact better management as well, better coordination between the state's different wings, between the fire ambulance team, between the SDRF,
One cannot even
NDRF.
imagine what the family, especially the father, must be going through, who literally witnessed his child slip and his child die in front of his eyes and couldn't do anything. One cannot even imagine his helplessness. Thank you very much, Kritika, for getting us the details.